And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Okay, first up for the segment, we've got a red flag warning out. This for high fire danger due to lightning thunderstorms here from the upper Yukon Valley back into the central interior areas, and that's out until 10 p.m. this evening. And from there, looking at the thunderstorm outlook, actually for Tuesday today, and we've got some pretty good thunderstorms going on currently up in this red shaded area here, and possibility of isolated thunderstorms all the way down to northeast of Bethel and into the Copper River Basin, on up across the Kobuk Valley and in toward the Brooks Range area. And from there, looking at the thunderstorm outlook for Wednesday, tomorrow, greatly diminished here, just isolated thunderstorms expected here over the eastern interior from the Brooks Range right on down into the northern Copper River Basin. And from there, for Thursday, the outlook expands westward again for isolated thunderstorms down to around the McGrath area, northward here again in toward the Kobuk Valley, Anatuvik Pass, southern Brooks Range, which includes the Koyukuk, Upper Yukon Valley areas, and then down now into the possibly the northeastern or northern Talkeetnas here, definitely into the Alaska Range, that's for sure. But to the south, more stable conditions, so nothing in the way of any thunderstorm activity expected. And fire danger today, or actually for forecast for Wednesday. The forecast made today for tomorrow, Wednesday, showing very high fire danger up here over the Yukon Flats, a couple of spotty areas here around Fairbanks, southwestward there a little bit, and also in the western Susitna Valley, and to a lesser extent the western Kenai Peninsula, and high fire danger here in the Copper River Basin. And from there, moving on to satellite imagery, a weak front here across Bristol Bay, the Aleutian Range into Kodiak Island there, bringing areas of rain across all the Alaska Peninsula today, and areas of light rain in toward Kodiak Island, kind of southern Kodiak Island there, gradually shifting northward throughout the day today, and a lot of clouds and showers here over the southwest interior. And then you can see some thunderstorms developing this afternoon in a line here north of Fairbanks there across, well, actually into the Yukon toward Dawson, and a swirl of clouds here over the Chukchi Sea, slowly dropping southward here during the day, again slowly dropping southward with some chillier temperatures there, but mostly precipitation bearing straight on up toward the northwest coast was light and in the form of rain or maybe some mixed precipitation, but nothing heavy or significant at all. Otherwise storm free out over the Bering Sea here, with a lot of loose clouds here down over the southeast Bering, kind of with that weak low center. And that low center at the surface, located just west-southwest, or very close to Nikolsky, with not much of a gradient associated with this front, but quite an area of light rain, fog, drizzle, that type of pattern, right into the Alaska Peninsula, southwest Kodiak Island, drying out back to the west and dry to the north with light winds right into St. Lawrence Island, the Bering Strait. Showers, northern Seward Peninsula there in a band extending into the western Brooks Range, North Slope, all of that light. And then the thunderstorms developing this afternoon over the northern interior, with isolated showers all the way down to the eastern Alaska Range, and showers here over the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta areas, and rain again pushing up to Kodiak Island. Otherwise high pressure, light winds, a lot of cloud cover out over the Gulf of Alaska here into Prince William Sound and the Kenai Peninsula areas, burning off in Cook Inlet today, especially over the central and northern areas, and a partly sunny day over the southeast coast with light winds. That'll continue tonight. High pressure in the Gulf keeps winds light and skies cloudy here along the coast, and clouds will increase. Low clouds again over the Panhandle as well as southern Cook Inlet, but should stay mostly fair with light winds over the interior. Diminishing showers and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms tapering off around midnight here up in the interior, but the showers lingering the entire night, and rain continues from the Kuskokwim Delta down across Kodiak Island. This frontal system weak and not moving much, not much of a wind flow to push in any which direction, and it'll probably just kind of weaken in place with that weak low center staying out over the eastern Aleutians. Another low center developing here along that weak frontal boundary tomorrow kind of breaks away a little bit there. This portion weakens, keeps it cloudy and unsettled. Kodiak Island into the Alaska Peninsula, scattered showers into Bristol Bay. Showers and thunderstorms here for the, actually mostly showers along the Yukon River Valley there, and showers and thunderstorms over the east side. Again, Brooks Range, or Alaska Range, up to the Brooks Range there. And dry for the north slope of the Arctic coast. Light winds out over the Bering Sea with high pressure centered way out there to the west. And the outlook for Thursday, or actually thunderstorm outlook for, that's an old chart there, so we'll just bypass that, forget you saw it, and go to the Thursday forecast. Again, not much change over the interior. Still looking at, again, thunderstorms chances back to the west here, possibly down to Bethel, up to the Brooks Range. Otherwise, scattered showers and, again, partly sunny skies in the afternoon, mostly sunny in some areas in the morning hours. And another dry day with low clouds burning off Cook Inlet and along the North Gulf Coast. Copper River Basin, partly and mostly sunny. Kodiak Island, still a chance of rain. This front weakening in this position here with a little bit of moisture. And this next system, stronger system coming onto the chart here, this will continue northeastward Thursday night, and late Thursday night, rain may make landfall along the western islands of the Panhandle. And it looks like a pretty wet Friday coming up for the southeast coast, especially Friday evening time frame. Pretty good rainfall, good steady rain, especially over the southern southeast coast. And for, let's see, there we go. Lows for tonight, 40s to near 50 for the Panhandle, in the 50s in the central interior, 40s through the Brooks Range, and in the 30s for the Arctic coast, and 40s southern Alaska and the Aleutians. And for the highs tomorrow, 70s to lower 80s here for the eastern interior areas, in the 70s out to the west and cooling into the 50s and 60s out toward the coast, but upper 30s there for St. Lawrence Island on into the Bering Strait. Shishmaref looking at a high near 40, and much milder as you head east there. Brooks Range in the 60s and 30s for the eastern and central Arctic coast, and 50s and 60s for the Panhandle. Lows for Thursday morning in the 40s here for the southeast coast, Copper River Basin. Much of southern Alaska here, 50s central interior, and then back into the upper 30s, 40s for the Brooks Range, and some upper 20s showing up along portions of the Arctic coast there, otherwise in the 30s, and in the 40s for the eastern Aleutians. Followed by highs, 70s here in the central interior, cooler out to the west in the Bering Sea into the 40s there, and highs here in the 60s for south central Alaska, upper 60s Copper River Basin, upper 60s as well for the Susitna Valley. Could hit 70, 71 in a few locations, but definitely cooler for the Kenai Peninsula area, upper 50s to lower 60s, and in the 60s for the southeast coast.